really good literature in the world, is symbolic, right? Things that are true, not necessarily in the outside world, but things that are true inside. So I'm going to tell you this Buddhist parable, and what I would ask is, what might it mean on the inside? Okay? We're not there yet. You got to hear the story. All right? Okay, so a peasant man is walking through a forest, poor peasant walking through the forest, and he's thinking about all the worries and the problems that he has in the world. And as he's walking through the world, through the forest, thinking about all of these cares and concerns, slowly by slowly, it just kind of drags him down and gets him tired. And so he sits down and leans against a tree. But what he doesn't know is that this is a magical tree that will grant the wish of anyone who's connected to it. So here's our guy leaning against the tree and thinking about all these cares and worries. And he says, "Oh, I'm so thirsty." And a glass of water appears right in front of him. And he's a little bit astonished. And he drinks the water and he says, "Oh, I'm so hungry." And a meal all of a sudden appears right in front of him. There's a meal that's right in front of him. He said, "This is incredible." He said, "There's something going on here, and I don't understand what it is, but something's going on." And he thought, okay, if I had a beautiful home, that would be a nice thing. I wonder if I just wished out loud that I had a beautiful home, if that could happen. And poof, there was a beautiful home that was there, and the door was open for him to go in. And he realized now that something very special was going on. He said, if only I had people to share all of this with. If I had some very close friends who could live with me in that home. And poof, there were all kinds of friends around. And the man stood up and he looked at the glass that had held the water. He looked at the plate that had held the food. He looked at his friends around, and he looked at the house, and he said, "This can't be happening." And it was all gone. And the man just walked away, thinking about all the problems and the concerns that he had in the world. So I'm not going to ask you what you're thinking. I'm just going to ask you to be thinking. And with that, may your roots grow deep, your branches spread far. May you find the world to be a wonderful place and leave it even better for those who follow.